Well. We're just about live, it looks like. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's pretty much live.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. I'm watching the,
It's live. It's live.
It's live?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you watching the YouTube? Are you watching the YouTube screen?
We are live. Oh, am I watching YouTube screen? Okay.
Yeah. Don't watch the YouTube screen. It's delayed by
It's delayed.
A lot.
It'll throw me off. Okay, we don't want that. I'm with Peter and Mandy. We're talking about Super Dead. Dead. I really appreciate you guys coming on. I was kind of excited to start to live stream again. And I'm like, all right, who are my cool buddies and friends? It's like, all right, I got a few people. I know I got you guys. I had Malin on last week. That was a great show. That was a lot of fun. And of course, you got a John Malin cover. So you're sort of, you're in the John Malin family. All right. I got my right things muted. So, guys, congratulations on Super Dead. Super Dead does look awesome. Thanks for saying that. Let me say hi to everybody who's here. Unhinged Entertainment. Get a hinge, will you? No, I'm kidding. You can stay unhinged for the rest of your life. Adam Post, hi. Good to see you. Hey, you're handsome. That's another old story. Stefani. Oh, I thought it said Stefan. Stefani. Oh, hello, Stefani. I called you Stefan earlier. Good to see you. Peter Gilmore, you are there. You're here. You're everywhere. You're drawing. You're in the UK. Simultaneously in the United States. Great to see you. All right. Bastion Hunter. I feel like I know you, but I just like, that's very cool art. Is that your art? Let us know. Always looking for cool art. Leg Kick is cool people.
Hi.
We also chat every now and then on Facebook, me and Leg Kick. And I'm friends with some of you guys on Facebook. You can look me up on Facebook. Just look for Adam Post. It's probably a picture of me that looks like me on it. And Wyatt, the great Wyatt, always good to see you. Always well dressed. Look at that tie. And Shadowhawk.
He's missing a head.
Yeah.
That's all right. There's so many heads in people's avatars that, who needs all those heads.
Right.
Ahoy, Mandy, Adam, Peter.
Hi.
All right.
Ahoy.
Ahoy to Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk is great people. Great customer, great commenter, great person to see around. Just a Bloodshot fan from long ago, but your art isn't that bad. Well, keep working at it. Look any of us up on YouTube if you want to, on Twitter. My Twitter is @ComicsWeLove. The link is in the description. Mandy's in there. I don't know if I have your Twitter in there. Probably not. But links to your campaign. So tonight we're talking about Super Dead and probably other cool comic stuff while we're at it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Super Dead is on Indiegogo right now. It's actually doing really well.
It is.
Now, you guys worked on this together, but did you create the whole story for Super Dead, Mandy? Did you guys kind of collaborate? How did that come about?
No, the story is mine. It was an idea that I had, and it actually wasn't going to be a book like this. My original idea was to do another all ages book about like a cute little zombie, kind of like the zombies from Plants vs. Zombies. Really cute looking ones. And he was going to be a superhero that really wanted to be a superhero. But like he would scare the people he was trying to save, or he would accidentally eat them, or because he's a zombie, right? But after
happens.
Right? And after I pitched the idea for Pete, he was kind of playing around with some art styles. And he did I think it was the Darkness homage. He showed me that, and I was like, okay, with this art, no, I can do so much with this. So it kind of flipped and became Super Dead as everyone knows it now, which is very mature in every way. So
that's very cool. I really like collaborating with creators also, and you start somewhere and then you kind of go back and forth, and it becomes something sometimes that you never anticipated, and evolves into what it always should be. Because it sounds like how you described the concept originally, almost like related to Wart the Wizard in a way.
Yes.
That Wart the Wizard was kind of also just learning to become a wizard. And that is a cool, character arc, but this is different. This is so now this is a superhero that's been a superhero. He's done his part. now he's dead and he's back for revenge or something,
Yes.
something of that nature. So let's talk a little bit about I was reading about it a little earlier, and I think I put it in the description as well. He put his life, he gave his life to save a world from extinction, and now he will take from them all that remains.
Yes.
He's mad.
He's very mad. So basically, the story kind of goes, he was a superhero, very valiant. He was like Superman. You know, he genuinely cared about the people he was saving. He loved his city. He loved, you know, he was just a good guy. And during a villain attack, he crushed the soul stone that the villain had during the final battle. And he absorbed all of the dark energy and power. Now, if it would have been a normal human, it would have immediately killed them. But because he's a superhero and he has this extremely high regeneration rate, he didn't die. But it did, it changed all of his powers. It mutated them. It also destroyed his mind. So he tried to end himself so he wouldn't hurt any of the humans once he realized what was happening to him. But again, he couldn't do it. His regen was too high. So he locked himself into the sewers so he wouldn't hurt anybody, and spent 10 years down there until a few events in the book is going to happen, which is going to cause him to come back up to realize that everybody that he had saved, that pretty much died saving, has just absolutely forgotten about him and replaced him with the new superhero that is Omega Atlas. So now you have a very angry undead superhero, and Omega Atlas is not a good superhero. He's along the lines of Homelander. He's very psychotic. He's not a good guy, but he is a superhero. So yeah, that's kind of the storyline of two superheroes battling it out. One's a kind of good guy, was once a good guy, but neither one is really going to be good in this book. They're both pretty horrible.
So Super Dead, he was a good guy.
Yes.
Fighting a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Crushes the villain.
His soul stone.
The soul stone.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The soul stone has like some sort of a wacky evil power in it.
Yes. And he kind of absorbs all that energy, which ends up kind of frying him, basically. But it also, because, again, not human, it just mutated all his powers. Like, when he was good and still alive, he could fly. He had, super speed, super strength. And yeah, that stone is where the villain got all of his powers from. So when he crushed it during the final blow on him, he sucked it all up himself. So yeah, now he doesn't fly anymore. He's still really, he's a superhero. So he's super, super fast, but it weakened his body. So he's not as fast as what he was. It weakened his strength. He's not as strong. But he is still, he's still a superhero. So you don't want to mess with him. But it just totally mutated all of his stuff. So, and hi.
He's messed up. And in these boxes, in these captions, is this him thinking or speaking? Or is this like an editor?
This is more like an editor voice. This is just kind of the build up, but you can see where he's talking. Pete did really nicely with the lettering where it separates, his is the green, and so you can kind of, tell the difference between who's talking and what's going on.
Gotcha. The green is him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So he's kind of a tortured soul, this guy.
Yes, very much so. Every night he'll like read old newspaper clippings about himself, and he'll look at pictures of, him and the girlfriend he had at the time, because he's forgetting who he is. So he's trying to constantly remind himself who he is as his mind deteriorates more and more every day.
This guy's got problems.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Oh, he's got problems. Omega Atlas has got problems as well. Both of the
Yeah.
Nice job on the blonde.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Back it for the blonde, guys. This looks like a young Peter right here. Peter, does that look like a young you?
No.
All right. I think it does, though. I just had that impression. Now, is this Omega Atlas?
That is.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what's his deal? So, because when I glanced at this campaign, when I just glanced at it for a second, I was like, maybe that's who Super Dead used to be before he got messed up, and like there was a time thing going, but this is not time. There's a totally different character.
Yes, absolutely, totally different character. I did not get into too much of his backstory in this book. Because this one is more focusing on Devour, who is the main character.
His name is Devour.
Yes. He basically came, from what you would know right now, he basically came out of nowhere and just kind of replaced, it's Devour now. At one time, it was Captain Valor when he was a good guy and, saving the day. So, this guy kind of just replaced him. So, but in the next book, I will be delving more into his backstory as well. I don't like spending a lot of time on backstory. I wanted to keep the book really exciting. And, with two characters, you don't want to break into two backstories. So, I wanted to keep it, the next book will definitely have his.
There's not really any time jumps or anything in this. It's just telling the story of the situation as it is, sort of thing. Yeah.
Interesting. You got a lot of pages here. That's helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
We put 12 up on the campaign page.
Oh, wow.
And mainly that was to, at the same time of showing people, showcasing Pete's art, which is fantastic. It was also a little bit of a way for us, people that have read my book, they read Wart the Wizard, and this is so different than Wart the Wizard. I kind of wanted to give people a sample of my more mature writing as, and not, because this is not Wart. This is nothing like that book. So I just wanted to kind of showcase what I can bring to the table as a, mature writer.
Yeah, and it's a different art style from me, from what everyone's seen so far, because I've tended to do the cartoony stuff.
You do a lot of different kinds of work, Peter. It's always cool. I know there are Peter fans out there. So this is Omega Atlas preventing them from running away with the money, basically.
Yes.
That's how he solves things.
That's how he solves it. He drops a safe on their car, crushing their legs and holding them down as he shoves the stolen money, down their throat.
Wow. So he's got anger problems, this guy.
Oh, he's a dick. He really
very much so. Very much so. He is definitely, I don't know, he's quite evil, but he's very, lawful evil. If he was a D&D character, that's probably what he would be. He's very lawful, but at the same time, he is very evil, and he does not, he could have just easily captured those guys and taken them to jail.
Yeah, strikes me as like a textbook kind of sociopath.
Yes,
yes.
So he doesn't bring his. He doesn't tend to
have feelings. It just doesn't have the feelings there. It doesn't seem to. It's just,
where is the love, Peter? You're looking at the script. You're saying, "Where is the love?"
I know.
Where's the love?
I look at the script and I'm drawing it, and I'm like, just harrowing. It's harrowing. It's deeply.
Well, because it seems like he's a meanie. He's not a nice guy. He's a meanie.
Yeah.
And the other guy's name is Devour. Sounds like he got that name for a reason.
Yes. The way I did that was, again, he would do almost like a mantra at night where he would sit and say his name over and over again, trying not to forget who he is. And as he's doing it, he starts off with Captain Valor, Devour, and it just kind of mutated, much like everything else in this poor guy's life. Even his name got mutated by the dark energy.
This is a slight aside, somewhat on topic, but I have thought about this often myself. Eric McIntyre asks or mentions, we need a Flint Flossie superhero comic. What do you guys think of that? I think that Flint is superhero material.
I think he is too. I mean, he's a naughty farmer.
Yeah.
Dude grows straight freaks, y'all.
I mean, one of his powers could be just raising up straight freaks out of the ground.
Yeah, just raise straight freaks up. Yes, exactly.
Just an army of that'd be awesome to draw.
Let's talk about that. Let's think about it because he's a friendly guy. He's a nice guy. I have messaged with him a little bit before, like a year ago in the past. Like once Ethan made everybody aware of him, I was like, let me reach out to this guy and see if maybe he'd want to like do a comic or something. I think he'd be very down to do a comic. We just have to kind of bring him the concept, and then we're in the Flint Flossie game. But God, he is so much fun. And he actually has a great attitude. He wrote a great biography of like how he's kind of overcome some things, and he's an independent creative too. He kind of makes his own money, does his own thing, and has his own audience, and he's obviously got his own attitude. Matt asked a good writing related question. It's such a tragic concept. Is there any redemption involved or more vengeance for being forgotten and replaced?
You'll get a little bit of both. I have written it to where you will get a little bit of vengeance and redemption on this character. So you'll get both.
Lots of cool people in the chat. So you will get both. He also asked another smart question. Thank you, Matt. You're really... Oh, no, Eric asked a smart question. Well, that was a good question. Eric asks, how many pages is the book going to be? It's a question I love to ask.
It's 48 pages, full color.
48 pages, full color.
Yes.
Yep.
Hopefully to be perfect bound?
Yes. No. Actually, no, we're going to staple this one because Mixam allows up to, I think it's like 56 pages before you have to be. Yeah. So, we're going to do this one stapled.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Is there any other questions I'm missing? He's not just dead. He's super dead.
Super dead.
Indiegogo. I like it. Who is more evil? All right. Who is more evil, Peter or Adam? Wait a minute. Who is more evil?
Me. I'm more
AKA
evil than Adam.
Devour. Wait, so his name isn't really Super Dead. Super Dead's name is
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the right money, maybe we could call it Super. No, it is Valor and Alpha Omega.
Omega Atlas.
Omega Out. Fuck, did I get that from?
I know. No, I kept saying that as well at first.
Did you? Okay, well,
I've gotten tongue-tied on streams and done this and messed up his name too, and I'm like, holy crap, that's my character.
And also, while we're at it, I think the question, Stefani, is whom is more evil? I don't know. I'm not actually good with that kind of stuff. I get caught up on common usage. That's an issue I have, and I'm not afraid to talk about it in front of friends. So who is more evil? Well, I don't think, it depends if you want to hold people responsible for their actions or not. Super Dead Devour seems like he's acting kind of evil, but he's affected by the soul stones. It's not really his fault.
Right.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
He's constantly fighting the urge to kill and eat everyone as well.
Yeah, I mean, so the other guy is being a dick. Alpha Omega?
Omega Atlas.
Yeah.
Omega Atlas.
It's the Greek alphabet thing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You see O and A and think. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If I had to pick which one I think is more evil, I would say Omega Atlas because in the book you'll see Devour has reason to be the way he is. This is not normally what he would do. With Omega Atlas, as far as we know in this book, he's always been like that. And, to kill a guy for drinking and driving, you shouldn't drink and drive, obviously. But again, that was a situation where he could have, stopped the car, got the guy out, taken him to jail, called authorities, whatever.
Or he could have just disabled the car.
There's so many things he could have done. But instead, what does he do? He pulls him out of the car, curb stomps him and kicks the car into a tree so nobody will know that he's the one that did it. So, yeah, I would definitely say Omega Atlas is without a doubt. He's more evil.
And it sounds like the Devour guy is just kind of struggling with his circumstances.
Yeah.
And the other guy is just grown into being this naughty person.
Right.
Let's look at some of these tiers. So the featured tier is always the most exciting tier.
Yes.
It's the one that gets the big pink box.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this has both covers and 2 sketch cards.
Yes.
Both covers means the John Malin cover. Just the other cover beneath it, and then this cover.
Yes.
Yep.
The Peter G cover.
That's the one.
Petey Gilmore. Very cool. I like both of them. That's very cool that John was able to do that cover for you.
It's so amazing. I just love it so much. He gave him that nice butt. And he said Shane Davis could draw cats, and he was like, I can draw cats too. So he drew a cat, and I love it. I love the cats so much.
That's why the cat's in there. The cat's in there because of Shane Davis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I absolutely adore it. When Malin sent it back, he was like, "Is this okay?" And
Is this okay?
Like, what? Is this okay? Are you kidding me? Yes.
Well, that's a great. He's got a great attitude.
He really does. He really does.
He has a lot of respect for people, and he's not.
Yeah.
Judging. He's just sort of like, hey, let's everybody be responsible and keep their promises. But and just as a quick aside, I'm really excited about his fulfillment company.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, me too.
It's going to help a lot of people, especially anyone who's outside the USA should be looking at John Malin's Twitter, find his link to his contact information, because he can, if you're like, there are guys that we have in Australia, guys in other countries, guys in the UK making books, having to ship to the US, so they can charge US shipping and ship.
I mean, to be fair, the UK, it's kind of the same price, so it doesn't really make that much difference. But like Australia and places like that,
Australia is expensive. I guess it also depends on what you're shipping. Like I've been shipping.
Yeah.
I have this like art book that's 260 pages. It doesn't go to everybody, but the art book's like 2 pounds, so that blows me out of the water on everything when I'm going to ship international. I'm thrilled to send it. I'm happy to send it. I wanted to share the art with people anyway, so it's not really a profit center shipping it internationally, but yeah, being able to ship domestically like that and just turn people. You also get quick delivery. So if you're printing, and someone in the Australia particularly, but somebody like. Even someone in Canada, like being able to print in the U.S. and then deliver from the U.S. and then maybe you do the rest of your orders if you're from another country, like locally to where you're at. It's a lot of options, and his fees are not high, so I think it's very cool. I just hope he can make money doing it, but it'll work out over time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty solid plan. There are so many of us, independent, creators that have been kind of waiting for somebody to do, something like this. And I can't think of a better person in the world than John Malin to handle it. Because
he's 100% trusted by everybody.
He is. And, all of the books I've gotten from John have been in absolute pristine. I mean, John's the one that kind of showed me how to, print, ship, all that stuff with my own book. Because it's so beautifully done when John ships books. So, I can't think of anybody better.
BioMed awesomely and helpfully, as always, just posted a link to John's document. Thank you so much for doing that, BioMed.
Thank you. And let me say, I saw a second ago, Eric, thank you so much for backing, hon. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I mean, supporting these campaigns is great. Mandy is 100% reliable. Mandy shipped her last book. I got my copy. I am not reading a lot of the comics that I'm getting. And the reason why mostly, and it's kind of funny, but I will tell people this, is I really do need glasses. So it's
me too. I have a pair that I wear when I'm working or I'm reading. Like, I don't mind it that much, but like people, when they do stuff where they're like, all right, Mandy, will you read this part and I'll read this part? I sound like I can't read because I never wear my glasses and I don't use contacts because I just need them when I'm reading and stuff, So
it's a real imposition. It's like people are asking me to accept that I'm at 50 years old. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. So I just assume like, all right, I'll flip through the books and like, hey, look at it. But yeah, it's funny because I was embarrassed once Ethan had asked me, like, on live, of course, on his channel.
Of course, yeah.
You read what do you think of Cyberfrog when you read it? And I was like, I didn't completely read it. And I don't know if I don't think I was honest. So now I'm just always honest about it. It's not the book. It's that the lettering has to be big enough. But if the lighting is right, I can read just about anything.
Well, I have in front of me 2 amazing books that I am so happy I got. Which the Dead. Like,
awesome. Thank you, oh yeah, you got that's right. You supported those books, and you got the new one too. You did.
I did. Yep. So
it's
exciting.
It's so fun making comics. It really is.
It is. It's not the most fun thing ever.
Making comics seriously. And also the promotion. It's work to do this YouTube channel stuff, but to say it's not fun would be crazy because it's fun as a mother effort. It really is.
It is. You get to talk to people, and you're talking to other nerds. Do you know how long I have waited in my life?
You're legit. You're legit with your nerd nonsense too. With your references and the comic stuff. I hear you say, I'm like, but she's really nerdy. This person.
Yes.
So what is wrong with it?
You know, they started. We never.
Did you have a lot of brothers or something? Like, how did you get so sucked into it?
One brother, one sister, but the neighborhood I grew up in, and keep in mind, I'm a kid from the 90s. So that's when comic books were just booming, you know. I lived in a small subdivision, and it just so happened that I was the only girl out of about 8 kids. We were running around like the Goonies, but I was the only girl in the neighborhood. So I ended up being influenced a lot by the kids that I played with after school and stuff. And they were all into comic books and pinball and, you know, Michael Jackson. So, yeah, I mean, not that Michael Jackson isn't, you know, girls too, but you know what I mean? Like all of their influences. So, yeah, and my brother was the one that originally got me, you know, into comics. So, yeah.
Very cool. It is. It's interesting and to get because you know it means different things to people when they kind of get into it at different points in their life, and usually it is very much a boys thing. But there definitely are women that kind of fall into the geek life, and it is cool. Hey, VileNed, I just want to message a shout out to VileNed because VileNed just helps all the time, sharing videos, sharing tweets, incredibly supportive. It's so appreciated. To me, VileNed, John's fulfillment company thing is a very big deal because even if people don't use John's service, he has some great information about shipping rates and the dimensions of shipping boxes and things like that in his literature. So that's good to share anywhere, anytime. It's always good. There's another document going around about launching Comicsgate and crowdfunded projects. That's excellent. Now, I've done a lot of videos, Secrets of the Comicsgate Network. It has a lot of very good information in there about publishing comics and what Comicsgate's all about, how to be successful in it. And it's like 40 videos. But I really like Rob Arnold, the guy who does Replicators. He did a document that's, I don't know how many pages it is, 3 or 4 pages, but it's very succinct, and he's going to continuously update it. And I don't have a link to it, but we ought to track it down and share it around like regularly on shows, even just while we're talking, because for anybody who's kind of like going through the motions, like, well, how does this work? How does that work? He took the time and he really put together something beautiful. And I was like, my videos are great for what they are, but to succinctly be able to say like, hey, if you're interested in publishing your own comics and you're interested in Comicsgate, take a look at this Word document. And if somebody spends 20 minutes with it or half an hour with it, they have a really good grasp of what's going on. It's an excellent reference.
That's awesome because when I came in, luckily Comicsgate is such an amazing community. But when I first got here, I had no idea how to do anything. I didn't know how to print. I didn't know. I mean, like nothing. I just knew that I wanted to be a part of this movement. And luckily for me, there's so many amazing people, and Comicsgate really does help one another. I know
it's really weird unless you're like living in an Amish community or something. You're not used to being welcomed. You're not. You will not be prepared for how much people are just like, oh, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's your idea? what's your project? And people aren't trying to judge you. They're interested / trying to actually help you.
It's one of the few places where you can.
I don't know where else.
Just ask someone a question and they'll give you.
I don't know where else. Hey, Chris Rankwitz. Looking
Nice.
forward. Chris and I used to work together back in the day in my comic book studio. Chris has got.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, he's great people. Super talented guy. Really fantastic guy. So many great people. It's great that we can be together on YouTube. So let me get back. We get chitty chatty because we all know each other so well. So let's talk about them. I like the featured tier. I like that it's $85.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. It's got both covers and 2 sketch cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
What size are the sketch cards? And are they black and white?
Yeah, they're going to be black and white. And I don't actually, Pete, do you know the sizing? Because I never know the size. Yeah.
Just standard,
standard,
3.5 by 2.5.
You're not going to give us any of those letter numbers UK stuff. UK people, it's like a standard A5, like my friend Carl Oro will say. And it's like, man, Carl, we don't know what A57-B means. We don't talk that lingo here in the US.
He's young. He's a youngling.
Yeah,
I still talk in inches and miles and.
Thank you for doing it.
There you go. Wyatt had it exactly right. Yeah, just standard trading card size.
Yeah. Standard trading card size. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, so 2 original sketch
Pete will be doing
cards.
one.
And
right.
what's nice is,
go ahead.
I was just saying it's limited, so it's not like you can't just buy this forever. So 30 out of 50 are already gone, and there are 20 left.
Yes.
Ooh, I love how these projects are going to ship in December 2020.
Yeah, well, we are actually we are hoping we have it scheduled to actually ship in October because I would like for these to be getting in people's hands right around Halloween, right at the end of October. But we went on and put it to December because we don't know what's going to happen with the stuff that's going on right now. Like even like Work the Wizard, I've got about 80 packages sitting with delay. Some are still getting there every few days. Somebody else will be like, hey, mine came in, but I shipped all of them out, I think on the 3rd, and I'm still getting delays. And some of these they're not all international. There's some within the United States that still haven't actually landed yet. So, and I think, who was it I was talking to the other night that was having the exact same problem? I think it may have been Patrick. Patrick with Johnny Phantom was saying the same thing. He shipped all of his, but when he goes through when people say, hey, I haven't got my book yet, and they're checking the track and it's like still delayed. So we put to December in hopes that, fingers crossed, this stuff just clears up and everything gets back to semi-normal.
Sure.
But we went on and pushed the date to December just in case there is, Lord knows what's going on. They hide in mailboxes. So I don't even know what's going on in the world anymore. So fingers crossed. So
So Eric is noting, and I'd note the same, that it is very fast. So you guys have this book almost done?
Pete is on page.
Well, we're getting towards halfway through-ish. Thereabouts.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have time to finish it.
Fully written.
I can put.
So it ain't your fault. Come on, Pete.
No, I mean I can do pencils to lettered in a day on a page. So
Excellent.
Yeah. So and he does do them that way. He's doing them as like the full page. Like
What
so,
we've got done so far, it's all fully finished.
Yeah. Nice.
All the way to the lettering. Everything is done. And so he's just doing it like that since he's already got the script. He's already got everything. He's just doing it page by page and finishing them completely and then moving on to the next one.
All right. So if you're not a rich player and you can't get both covers and you want to get the John Malin cover, we can get just that at $25. Very reasonable. Plenty of people have taken us up on that. And not bad, John. Not bad. The Peter Gilmore cover. It's less than the John Malin cover, but
I know.
But that's actually quite good.
Right?
Well, I haven't looked at it lately. My friend, Clayton. Have you been on Clayton's panel?
Yes. I adore him. He's awesome.
A sweetheart. He's a freaking sweetheart. He's going to be a daddy soon. For the first time.
Another guy you could talk to for hours. and
Yeah,
not
he's a
realize
wonderful guy.
Mhm.
What a great guy. And you know, again, Rob, that's a great thing about Rob Arnold. I like saying nice things about Rob Arnold because Rob kind of dragged him into Comicsgate. He was interested in Comicsgate. He was aware of Comicsgate, but he hadn't done any work in Comicsgate. He really wasn't part of the group. And Rob was kind of like, "Hey, you've got a big platform. You should be." So Rob started streaming with him, and then gave him some work to do on a character design because Clayton's got that background in character design for like video games. He's taught before, so he's got a lot of expertise. But he's got that huge How to Draw Comics channel, which has brought all of us business. I don't know how much, but you know, he's like 30,000 subs or something like that.
Yes,
so
yes.
Fantastic. It's really, really fantastic. It's another. That's why it's so great when someone else comes in to Comicsgate, they start getting involved because people will be surprised. Like just your enthusiasm alone is enough to help all of us. And then there's sometimes people come in like Godzilla, like Dan Frega, who I think has, done, business. I think he has changed the energy in Comicsgate to like much more positive. Like, I think he's built all of our campaigns at least 5%. Just the presence of the great Dan Fragan is. But I'm a big Frega fan.
Yes.
The Gilmore cover, if you prefer the Gilmore cover, you can get that one. I think both ones is the right way to go. Oh, you can get a T-shirt.
You can. I wanted a T-shirt. So,
cool.
Yeah, I got one for myself, and I thought, well, if I want one, maybe somebody else might want one too. So I stuck it up there, and
Yeah, and if you want to back another tier and you want the T-shirt's available as an add-on at checkout.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. And you figured out the shipping on that? That's got to be tricky a little bit. Like the shipping on the add-on with the T-shirt.
Oh, no, the T-shirts have been fulfilled through Comics Avalon.
Yeah,
awesome.
They're being done separately. So
yeah. Okay. So you just drop ship it directly.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, both covers, Malin and Gilmore, but without the sketch cards.
Right.
$45. Okay. Very reasonable. Yeah. And plenty of people going on taking that. If you look at these averages, Peter, your cover captures a high percentage. Because I kind of like to watch numbers. So 30 out of 50 are Peter Gilmore covers. He's got you beat on this individual. But when you look at the both covers, that weights the average back. By the time you're done, you're up there with Malin. And he's got his own, hat-loving Malin followers. So it's hard to compete with that.
And I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Oh, that's funny. That's why I was mentioning that's why I was mentioning Clayton in the first place. What I meant to say was there was one cover that's that iconic image they have of the guy with the axe for the Kozor book. People love that cover. And then there's another cover that's just not doing as well. It's like but it seems to substantially not be doing as well. And you just don't know what people are going to like sometimes. Right, Peter, as an artist, do you find this sometimes like you sometimes some piece of work just comes together and it's fantastic?
Oh yeah,
absolutely. And it's like, who did this? Like I sort of did this. Like, oh, okay. It's just kind of you have to put in a lot of work, but sometimes the composition, like there are like almost like multi-dimensional aspects to executing on artwork and concept and story. And sometimes just like, oh wow, this thing just hits on like 7 or 8 levels.
Oh yeah. I'm constantly. Well, if I was given the chance, I try not to. I go back all the time to like earlier pages or different things I've done. I'm like, oh, I'd change that, but you can't now. It's like that cover. It's like, oh, I could have done that, and I could have done that, and like, no, leave it.
See this? Everybody loves Dan Frega too. Purple Gorillas always bring positivity. Thank you, Violet. Dan is the man. Dan is awesome.
Yes,
we're all pro Dan. We're very, very pro Dan.
How can you not be? His positivity and energy is like infectious. So how can anybody say anything negative about somebody that is just
man's got a lot. He's got a lot of love, and he's real.
Yeah, he's genuinely a kind person. So he's great.
He's another guy like Malin. Sorry, Peter. Go ahead.
I was going to say some of his videos. It's like his drawing videos and stuff. There's so much to learn from Dan. Really, trust me. I've learned things just by watching one of his videos. It's like he's got this theory of it's called and So you'll draw a character, and it's like, and it's raining, and there's like dirt around his feet, and it's splattered all up him, and he just keeps adding stuff just to make it more awesome.
Really, more iconic.
Yeah. Instead of just being like a superhero doing a pose, it's like, there's wind and rain and spit and God knows what, all flying around.
So he's adding more elements to the image.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that a lot.
Someone else would normally just stop with the superhero. He's like, nah, let's put a load more stuff on there. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's great.
Yeah,
but you can't go too far with that. You can't go too far.
Yeah, I can imagine. But once it like really hits you, like probably 3 or 4 times in, and you're good.
Yeah.
You're not like 10 times in.
Yeah, but it's something I've learned from him. So I'll be drawing a panel, and I'll draw it, and then I start applying that theory to it, just to make it more extra.
I like the purple eyes. Eric says, I like the purple eye lasers, kind of a bizarro feel to it. Cool.
Well,
yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that image too. I think that's cool as well. I kind of settled on that as well, where there's Devour fighting with.
You see, I mean, that's an example.
You know who he is. I don't want to say it because it'd probably be wrong.
That's the example
Omega Alpha
of Dan's influence on that.
Omega Atlas.
Yes.
Why don't you just write it down?
So
I don't have a pen. That's why. Okay,
I
Omega Atlas.
So I drew that page, and then and I went back into it, and it's like the top. There's like the bell from the tower's been split apart. So I'm like,
okay.
all right. So we're going to put some molten metal coming off that, and just stuff, little things, adding
A little bit of
things.
Frega-boom.
That's that's the Frega touch.
A little Frega-boom.
Frega.
Does he know? I hope you gave him that feedback. I hope he knows that he's.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I went on his show, and I was talking about it, and saying,
I'm sure it makes him really,
this is
really
all you.
happy.
Yeah.
He's the guru of the gate. He is the guru. Yeah, as soon as I started talking about G.I. Jackrabbits, my first comic on his show when I was on with him once, he's like, oh my God, you did that? I bought all the Funny Animal books. He's like, you got to let me do a cover when you're ready to launch that again. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Very cool.
Nice.
He's
that's so awesome.
Yeah, it's just like when you're creative, being supported by other people, it's such a great feeling. Such a great feeling.
Yeah.
Good evening, Blackout. Great to see you as well.
Hi.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's been.
You guys,
sorry, go on.
What's the name of his current YouTube channel? Is it Couch Doodles?
Frega Boom now.
Frega Boom, yeah.
Frega Boom?
Yeah, it was Couch Doodles.
Okay,
Until
and then he got attacked on his channel.
Yeah.
But guys, make sure you subscribe to Frega Boom. If you're an artist particularly, you'll really like it because he does these morning videos at times that are just very cool. And he does like little rap videos with his daughter as well. He makes good content, and his shows are a lot of fun. He's fun as hell. And he's got a campaign going right now. He's still in demand, isn't he?
Black.
Yeah.
Black.
To my
Black
knowledge,
Flag.
unless he closed in the past
Black
week
Flag?
or so.
Yeah, we would have heard about it. I don't think he closed.
Yeah.
Also, Black Flag. Black Flag.
Frega, yeah.
Black Flag. But, of course, we're focused on Super Dead tonight. So that's the Super Dead t-shirt. Mm-hmm. And that's the Super Dead. It's a little hard to see because the image is a little small, I'm sure, on screen. But the image is, for the t-shirt, is the Super Dead logo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Keep it simple, and I don't know. It's kind of like that branded.
Yeah, it's iconic.
You got the Super Dry brand. It's like, Super Dead.
Original Darkness #1 homage artwork. Oh, cool. $200. Very reasonable.
Yeah, that's the original ink page. Yep.
Very cool. Original interior art page.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Both covers, sketches, and art. That's a great. So that's very cool. So you get. It's basically. Is it like the premium tier plus original art?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like premium.
We've got that limited to like 20, so that everyone gets like a awesome page with some craziness going on.
Oh, very cool. I can see why people are back on that.
Mm-hmm.
Great deal. Original Preston Acevedo sketch.
Yes.
I like Preston Acevedo. He's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Cover 2 sketches. Wow. Okay. Cover 2 sketches. Mm-hmm. Both books. That goes.
For anyone who's feeling
the big money tier.
Yeah.
When you're ready to drop the bucks.
You've got to have a big tier
for it. Art 11x17. Original trading card artwork. That one's already sold out. So some of the stuff gets sold out, guys. You got to get it if you're ready. Both covers, sketches, card art. Now, you guys also have the domain for Superdead. Is it superdeadcomic.com? Does it redirect there?
Yes.
Cool. Very cool. Superdeadcomic.com.
Yeah.
All right. Let's watch the trailer.
Okay.
Let me know if the audio doesn't come through, but it should.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, there's a frame of him right there. Oh, he's live too. How cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, I was almost thinking like when it showed his old name Valor that he get like scratched out and then like write Devour on it or something like that. But there'll be time for that in the future when we make the movie.
Yes.
Stefani asked, do you guys have plans for Super Dead number 2?
Yes, actually. What Pete and I had been planning on doing is, well, after this one finishes, I'm going on to Pirate Queen, start doing the promotion for that book. But Pete and I are going to be starting Work the Wizard 2. And as soon as that one starts shipping, then we will start Super Dead 2. So we're going to kind of alternate between Super Dead and Work the Wizard just to give Pete a little bit of a break and some, you know what it's like for artists when they change of scenery for a little bit so he doesn't feel, you know, because with Work the Wizard, he can be more loose with his art, where this one he's, you know, his art's really high detail, very focused art. Work the Wizard, he could be crazy with it and just kind of let loose, and you know, so just so he doesn't like burn out on doing it.
We don't want to burn Peter out.
No.
For sure we don't. What was Devour's name prior to the Soul Stone? Captain Valor, is that correct?
It was Captain Valor, yes. Yes.
It's a point for me on that one. And Eric asked,
if we unlock that Darkness homage cover, if you look at the gravestones in the background, you'll see one of them says Devour, one says Captain Valor, and then it's just splattered with blood saying Devour across it. But people probably haven't noticed that. There's tons of little
details. That's for the artist. Eric also asked, was that Devour in the red? I guess in the video.
Oh,
you know what he's talking about?
No, I don't think so. That probably would have been Omega Atlas if he was in red.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
But I'm not sure which part he's talking about. So, but I'm going to assume it was Omega Atlas.
Did Omega Atlas and Valor know each other back in the day?
No. Omega Atlas would have never even been around. Nobody knew about him. He just kind of, when Devour ended up going into the sewers to kind of stay away, he just shows up. He's just like the hero you can count on, you know, and that's his whole thing is, you know, well, you couldn't count on this guy, but I'm the hero you guys can count on. So, no, they have no clue. In fact, in the book, Devour will find out that Omega Atlas even is there. That's
such an opportunist.
I know, right?
And book 2 will probably explain a little more about where he came from.
Yes.
Sort of like, you know, somebody goes into the hospital and then like someone's like, oh, I heard your friend was sick in the hospital. Too bad. Like, here I am now. Like, what are you doing here?
Right.
Come out of the hospital and there's a new dude new dude sat in your chair.
Sneakiness.
Mhm.
Guys, definitely check this out. You can see these guys are really passionate about this book. It is a fun idea. It's interesting. It's interesting to think about, this superhero who was doing the right thing out there, doing a good thing, and then all of a sudden kind of got possessed by this weird, dark energy.
Yeah, and then forgotten. And then just left there, to he did his job. He died saving them, so you're done. See ya.
But now he is out looking for revenge.
Yes.
So he wants revenge. Now he wants revenge on the whole world.
He does. He wants revenge on everybody that he, died saving, that now could give a crap less about him.
Yeah, you could say things kind of spiral.
Yeah.
Is he going to get into conflict in this book with our Omega buddy?
Yes. In fact, the page with the lasers, that is a
splash
scene. Yeah, that is actually a splash scene from inside or splash page from inside the book. As you can see, this is kind of their final battle, you would say. And as you can see.
Yeah. And you might think, why give away a page from the final battle? This is nothing compared to the other crap that goes on in the final battle. This is just a taster.
Yeah, just a small little taste. But obviously they, at some point, end up on a bell tower. And, as you can see what's happening to the bell tower, they're now plummeting to the earth from there. So, and Omega Atlas would love nothing more than to get his lasers on him. But unfortunately, being able to do like an exorcist thing with his head is not a part of his skills. No. So he's
not until he becomes super.
Right. So he's trying to get his head back there with his eyes. And while that's happening, Devour's just clawing them and scratching them at their,
Plus, Devour's super fast and he can like zip in and out of the shadows and whip around. And good luck with that, Omega Atlas.
This is a lot of fun. I'm really happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Guys, you should definitely take a look at this project, support this project. Chris Rankowitz, this one's got your name all over it. Support this project and let your friends know about it. Guys, even if you can't back it at the moment, click heart to follow the project so you can just kind of keep updated on it. And also you can share it on social media. You'd be surprised. It is a huge help. So really share project on social media, a little extra exposure. It's a huge, huge help. That's why you'll always see me retweeting my friends and projects that I think are good projects on Twitter. And people do that for me all the time, which I really appreciate. And us supporting each other and just helping getting the word out. It really means the world and it makes things happen.
We'll kind of know each other and we'll end up sharing each other's projects and whatever. But if you share it, there might be that one person who follows you that hasn't seen it. So it's always worth it.
Why it's back at number 4. And people have been asking me, this is what I'm working on. And,
I'm so excited about your new book. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much.
Super excited for this.
I actually spent a couple of years working on this. So this book is completely done. We're just finalizing like the final layout and the prototype and whatnot for it. This book is going to have 4 covers. There's going to be another cover that looks a lot like this one. And we put so much time, and I say we because if I just say it's not fair because I had 2 different writers putting this together, another editor who helped us sew it all together because there are like 30 characters in this. It's really like a Game of Thrones size epic.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to do a mermaid book for a couple of years, and then I started working on a mermaid book. It was kind of like a redo of Splash, but like a modern day Splash, that movie with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So like Clueless meets Splash. That's kind of what it was. And we actually, we worked up like a nice treatment for what the graphic novel would be. And then I hadn't really gotten into doing comics. I was just kind of getting ready to do comics. And then the first thing I picked to do as a full comic wound up being College of the Dead. But then I got back to the mermaids and I was like, all right, I just started on it with this artist who did the designs with me, this guy, Jerry Gatrudia in Indonesia. He had done these really cool fairy designs. So I was like, well, here, do a mermaid with me, like for me, like with 2 daggers. Do a mermaid with me, like for me, like with dolphins. Do one like that has like an octopus tail. And I gave him some references, and we started collaborating. And we just started with the art, and then I brought on a writer to help me, and then another editor, and then another writer, and we finally got through like creating a cast of characters. It's all female mermaids. It's all like this universe of 30 characters. And it's all self-contained within their mermaid world. It's so thoroughly developed. Like you wouldn't. This much work shouldn't have been done on this book.
Yeah.
But the project got away from itself, and there was no deadline. So I just was like working on it. And I'm like, then I found the perfect artist for the sequential art because I wanted to hire this guy. He's really good, but I wanted to hire him to do the sequential art. He even did a correspondence course. Jerry did at what's his name? Joe Kubert's art school. So he was familiar with sequential art, and we did like 3 or 4 sequential art pages, and his art is beautiful, but I just wasn't comfortable with the storytelling. So I was like, well, Jerry, let's just keep having you do designs. So I just kept paying Jerry to do more and more designs. So I have like tons and tons of design work done. And then I hired this other artist, this guy, David, who was just great for the sequential art. And, when you're drawing all these different mermaids, like to keep the characters' faces and references, like to make them kind of uniquely their own, but also fit the character designs. He was fantastic for it. And then, we just kept producing this. And then I had planned to do it as a webcomic. I did a little bit with it as a webcomic I released. That's why all of these early pages look like they're 6 panels per page, because you'd kind of release like 1 panel at a time to build an audience. I did it for like 4 pages, and then I was like, this is not really going to happen. So I just kind of like, we finished the work, and it's been done now even for a couple of years, really. It's just now it's getting it into the form of a comic so it can be put together and printed. So but still all of that it's all, it all takes time to do it right and do it.
I love that
and
one.
Javier came back. Yeah, I asked Javier to do these covers, who's my artist for College of the Dead. He did a beautiful job on it. You can sign up on the email list for this, guys, at epicmermaids.com, and it redirects to the sign up, and the sign up is for The Mermaids. That's the official title. So yeah, definitely sign up for it. I'm going to probably release this in a couple of weeks. We're just kind of finalizing.
I was just about that, because I want to back this one without any doubt. I am so excited for this one. So yeah, I was wondering when does it go live, so I want to be there on day 1.
Yeah, I'm just at this point, like I'm gotten into that, like, let me just make everything perfect and right before I launch it, and to write this, and it's like I'm taking my time with launching it a little bit. Originally, I wanted to be shipping it by October, but we've got to launch it before we can ship it. So we might be shipping it a little bit later, but the book will be completely done at the point that it's being offered. And I'm trying to stick to that discipline for myself as much as possible, because it's so easy for like one delay or another delay to happen, and an issue with an artist. It's like, so I like not having to think twice about like, all right, when are we going to ship this thing? But thank you for the support on it. And of course, College of the Dead is still in demand too, for anybody who hasn't had a chance to get that. But all of you guys really have. Guys, thank you so much for being on with me. I really appreciate. Oh yeah, it's $0 so far, Eric, because it hasn't been offered yet. But this is like the pre-launch page. Nobody's.
Yeah, it's going to go well above that
we'll
$0.
Yeah,
it'll be 0.
Sort of like you want to make a ton of money, but
Scroll back down. Show me that bottom one. I like the shark-headed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do too.
That's a mermaid that can turn herself into a shark.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for this book.
Yeah, you know what, Mandy? Maybe we'll do with you guys if you have time. We'll see a time you guys have, can do it. We can go through. Like, I have so much. I'd love, because you're giving me like very positive, but also I can tell sincere feedback on the stuff that you're seeing. I'd like to get your feedback on some of the design stuff.
Absolutely.
There's so much stuff. I went nuts with this thing, but that's like, you get carried away with a project sometimes.
You do. You do. It happens.
if something doesn't have a deadline, it takes forever to get done. So it is good to have a deadline, but there's been so much time and resources invested in this that I'm like, I'm just going to do it when I know it's completely right. And then we'll launch it. I know I'll love whatever it is. And I hope it makes a ton of money. I hope it really does. But it's more important that it's done right, because if it's done right, people know when they get it that it's good. You know it's good. They know it's good, and then you have an opportunity for a sequel, and you never want to risk your reputation publishing these things.
Right.
Yep, has not launched yet, and there is a queen. Yeah, she is a queen. There are a couple of queens. It's the whole universe of this is so well developed. We just went completely nuts with it. All right,
That's right.
Guys, we're gonna call it a night. So great to be with all you guys. Please support Super Dead. Check it out. Also, Mandy's YouTube channel is phenomenal. Mandy has a lot of promotion going on that channel. It's definitely a channel you want to see. It's also a lot of fun. Mandy also do the ladies' night with the CG UK women and other cool women of CG.
Yes.
So check out Mandy Summers' channel. Subscribe to that as well, please. And also subscribe to my channel, AdamPostSpeaks.com. Click the bell for notifications. You will not be disappointed. Thanks for spending some time with us, guys, and for all your support. And as always, thanks, Eric, and thank you, Ned, for being so great. Look at this. Always supportive.
I'm glad you're saying the name though, because I can never say it, and then I feel like such a jerk. Because
Violet?
Yeah, I never
I'm always
say
typing thanks Violet like 3 times a day. If I do something, I'm always going to be thanking Violet for it.
I could never say it right. So there we go. Violet.
There's about a third of my tweets are thanks Violet. I would say about a third of my tweets are thanks Violet. Because Violet is always, how do you not thank Violet for
right?
The thing of it, guys, is we're doing the best we can. We're working as hard as we can. We're trying to be successful with this. And to be successful with this is we got to kind of get the word out. Usually once people see something like Super Dead, they back it. People see College of the Dead, they back it. People see the Mermaids, they back it most times. But to get the word out, it can be difficult. So every person who's helping us to do that retweet, do that really sincerely, we really appreciate it. And thank you so much for your money support, but thank you for your support of the projects on social media too. It's a huge help.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we will see you guys again soon. And as I like to say, if I don't see you, I will miss you. I always say that at the end of my That's sweet.